Merhaba guys, welcome to another video of a Medieval 2 online battle, and this is going to be a battle, it's going to be one of my favorite battles actually, a battle that features two extremely good factions. I'm gonna pause here just so we have time to analyze the situation, because as you can see it's a short replay. It's a battle, it's one of my favorite battles because it features the two, in my opinion at least, well, let's not overdo it with the best, because I don't think you can choose the absolutely best, but two of the best factions in an all period battle in Medieval 2, and those would be the Turks and the Russians. Now these two factions have the two best musketeer units in this game: the Cossacks from the side of the Russians, and the Janissary Musketeers for the Turks. Except for that, they have two excellent backup units, archer slash infantry units: the Ottoman Infantry for the Turks, and the dismounted boyar sons for the Russians. The Russians have also some nice armor-piercing units like the Berdichi Axemen over here, and the dismounted boyar sons and the dismounted what you call them, družinas, which I don't think my opponent brought any of those, but he has the really fierce Berdichi Axemen wielding those two-handed axes. And last but not least, these two factions have some of the best heavy cav available in this game. The Tsar's Guard, probably the best melee cav in this game, and the Turks, which the Turks can counter with their Qapukulu, also excellent stats, and additionally armor-piercing attack. Now, none of these cav units are charging units, but they are excellent at melee. Now, I went with the Turks here, and not to forget, this is an 18k battle. The only rule was, as far as I can remember, 6 cav units, and that was it. So I could max out on everything good, at every good unit that the Turks have, because those units normally are expensive, and at 15k you have to make compromises. But the same thing goes for my opponent, who could maximize on his, for example, Cossack Musketeers, Berdichi Axemen, and Berdichi Axemen. Cossacks are really expensive, and the great disadvantage they have when compared to Janissary Muskets, as you can see, is that they are vulnerable to missiles. So you can see them losing a lot of men here in the initial volleys, while my guys are doing much better. And it's also, I forgot to tell, it's on a huge scale, this battle. So you can see my units have, the cav units have 80 men in them. So he sees that he's losing men, he's losing his expensive Cossack musketeers like that, but he also has got his dismounted war in range, firing missiles at my guys, and these dismounted war are really similar to the Ottoman infantry I have, and he's got them also in range, firing at my guys. And I'm gonna counter that with some Janissary Archers, who the only reason I brought these guys, two of these guys above the, and not two more Ottoman infantry here, is because these guys can plant stakes. And the really retarded thing is that I forgot to plant the stakes before the battle, so right at this moment these guys have not much of a purpose. I mean, their purpose was to protect my center from an enemy charge, but well, that idea was not, I did not follow up on that idea. So as for the composition of my army, so 3 Qapukulus here, 1 Qapukulu on the other side. So the rule was not, the only rule was a maximum of 5 cav, yeah, and I remember. I have my General Bodyguards, I have my 4 Janissary Musketeers, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ottoman Infantry. I have my 2 Janissary Archers, and I have my 4 Naffatuns. And as you can see, the cav battle is going to start in a minute now, since I made my opponent move on me, because he's got the better melee component, and yeah, there was his general. So as I said, he's got the better melee component, but I have the better missile component. So logically, he had to move on me, and he's got his Berdichi Axemen joining on, gang banging on over here on my cav on my Qapukulus, but I brought my Naffatuns to counter that, and as you can see, it went really well, and they're suffering under this heavy bombardment, and they're routing. And as you can see, his line has almost completely routed now, and this is why the replay is so short, because that guy decided to terminate the game. At this point, I had 28% of my guys killed. He had 44% of his guys killed. I completely routed his center. I have completely routed his that's his left wing, and I was also winning, or at least having under control the situation on this wing. It says victory is certain for the Qapukulus over here. I had my full Janissary Archer force. My Janissary Musketeers were still a force to be reckoned with. My Ottoman Infantry were under control here in the middle, as you can see. I also upgraded these guys, and my Naffatun were intact. So yeah, I think my opponent didn't like how this battle developed. Anyway, even though I cannot show you the battle results. You can see how it went. You can see how it went before my opponent decided to terminate the game, since he hosted. But I think it goes to show you that the Turks have a small edge on the Russians, because their elite Janissaries are not vulnerable to missiles, unlike the Kazakhs. So if you're playing Russia against the Turks in an all-period battle and a setup like this, I think you need to bet on something else rather than your Kazakhs, because the Janissaries have definitely the edge on them in a scenario like this. And on top of that, I think the Janissaries are also cheaper than the Kazakhs. So guys, this was a really short battle. I still think it was enjoyable. I hope you think the same, and I hope you will stick around for more. I promise you, it will be a bit longer than this one. So take care. Bye bye.